Undertone features the works of three talented emerging artists from Singapore: Yeo Tze Yang, Bess, and Goh Jian. Akin to the underlying initial layers of paint on a blank canvas that may seem unassuming on first glance, these young artists play an essential role in the structure of a bigger eventual picture. As artists just beginning their careers, they signify a multitude of possibilities. Unified by a mutual desire to express their interpretations of the social issues and dysfunctions that arise from the urban environments they are situated in, they employ different tangents of painting practices to create works that are sincere, insightful, and thought-provoking. Yeo Tze Yang's representational oil paintings depicts the city through scenes of human figures situated within tight urban spaces. Yeo expertly captures a collective sense of weariness, anxiety, and indifference on the faces of his subjects as they weave their way through crowded streets, shops, and other familiar public spaces. This series sheds light on prevailing issues of increasing human density in Singapore and other cities, particularly Hong Kong, where Yeo had previously travelled to and found many similar aspects that paralleled that of his home country. He cites the use of photography as a means of accumulating images for his creative process, as it enables him to take reference from the compositions, colours, and subject matters he has captured through the camera lens. Certain elements are then selected, rearranged, and placed together before they are translated into painting. As opposed to his earlier works that featured urbanscapes void of human presence, Yeo has instead allowed his subject matters in this series to dominate his canvases. The full frontal positions of his figures within tight spaces reveal a close view of their facial expressions and body language, reflecting the uneasy way in which they react to their congested environment. Taking inspiration from the likes of artists Lucian Freud and Liu Xiaodong, Yeo attempts to incorporate the seriousness of figurative painting into these tense, banal, and almost absurd scenes of daily life, juxtaposing human flesh with gaudy plastic colours of urbanity, thereby exposing the inexplicable contradictions and ironies of modern city life. The concept of spatiality is similarly explored in the monochrome paintings of Bess, derived from her personal street photographs of strangers and passerbys engaged in everyday activities. Chan pieces several photographs of her encounters during her daily walks, bus rides, and car journeys together to create collages that ultimately become reference points for her paintings. The absence of colours adds a temporal dimension to her works, bringing to mind black and white photos from the past and further disassociating one from the present. In both of Chan's diptychs, each of which measure up to 290 centimeters long, she has combined and constructed different scenes of people on the streets, expressing the abstract and complex emotions of temporality, displacement, and disconnection she experiences while travelling back and forth from her birth country of Singapore to Hong Kong, where she was raised, and lastly, to the UK, where she has studied since the age of 14. Chan's smaller scale paintings feature vacant public spaces, where the presence of human figures have been intentionally removed. In a different manner, they too reflect the fleeting nature of time and space, as they depict places where nothing is permanent other than the constant flux of people. By choosing to portray her surroundings instead of subjects of a more personal level, Chan is able to create alternate urban realities that resonates even with viewers of a different cultural background. The significance of one's surroundings plays an equally crucial role in the works of Goh Jian. Although both sets of works by Goh appear to be distinct from each other, they address issues of loss in Singapore's urban environment. Stemming from his personal observations and recollections of local spaces, Goh's paintings serve as visual commentaries of the changes that have affected these spaces. Featured in the first set are oil paintings depicting certain local landmarks, such as the Telok Kurau Studios, a space where many Singaporean artists have created and exhibited works since the late 1990s. Surrounding each of these landmarks portrayed by Goh are diverse histories and unique stories that may gradually be forgotten in the process of their impending alteration. Deeply inspired by the iconic visual style of American realist painter Edward Hopper, Goh seeks to interpret and incorporate Hopper's signature elements into this particular series through the form of clean bold lines and paying extra attention to the play of light and shadows. Go's second set of works combines an interesting mix of media, where he layers acrylic paint over a base of oil paint, leaving an intentional gap that offers a glimpse of the underlying image. Go explains that the use of both mediums adds a tactile quality that helps to accentuate the important elements. It also holds a particular symbolism to it. Just like the process of covering the paintings with another layer, the process of change in our environment is one that is irreversible. Once familiar and endearing to Go, the spaces seen in the underlying paintings no longer exist, as they have now been replaced with newer and bigger landmarks. Through their depictions of the multiple aspects of an urban city life, Yeo, Chan, and Go evoke questions of belonging, identity, and uncertainty in an increasingly complex world. Although the three of them hail from different backgrounds in art, they each display tremendous potential in their individual practices. Among the plethora of artists in Singapore, their presence is slowly but surely taking shape.